President Joe Biden and many on the left called Donald Trump a dictator for years, and yet Biden has issued more executive orders in his first week in office than any of the 45 previous presidents. I bet you didn't hear that from the liberal media activists. Oh, and Joe Biden is pretending he wants to unite the country, but he's going right along with impeachment proceedings of President Trump. Make no mistake, friends, the left does not want unity. They want submission. I'm David Fiorazzo, and this is Christ and Culture. Just an interesting side note. Did you know that the word Islam literally means to submit or surrender? Can you imagine the left wanting to reach across the aisle and work with Republicans when they have absolute power? Yeah, I can't either. Actor, author, and film producer Kevin Sorbo recently challenged the hypocrisy of the Biden, Harris, Pelosi Democrats and said this: "Don't preach acceptance and unity when you haven't been practicing it for the last 4 years." Now, Joe Biden signed 33 executive orders in 1 week, his very first week in office. For a little perspective here, historically, Bill Clinton signed 2 executive orders his first week, and George W. Bush signed 1 executive order. President Obama, 5 executive orders, and President Trump signed 4 executive orders his first week in office. Biden, 33. But don't waste your time trying to hold Democrats accountable or for calling them out for their hypocrisy. Here's just one example. Happened last week at the Lincoln Memorial. President Biden and his family were all seen not wearing masks. Gasp. He signs an executive order mandating masks on federal property at all times. But like many progressives that issue rules for others, he doesn't always follow his own orders. What are you going to do? So what was their response when asked about this? White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki brushed off any criticism by saying this:
I think we have bigger issues to worry about at this moment in time.
Can I use that response sometime? We've got bigger things to worry about than your simple-minded question. Now, these people are professionals at deflecting. The point is, Democrat politicians are extremely hard to confront, if not above the law, as we've seen in recent history. Now, that's why they can get away with so much. Plus, the liberal media covers them like a soft, cozy blanket. One of the most concerning movements, however, within the Democrat Party today is the growing idea that Christians, conservatives, Republicans who support President Trump need to be re-educated or deprogrammed. They're actually all talking like this in interviews. It's not only the rabid mouthpieces on CNN and MSNBC. Discredited former CBS News anchor Katie Couric rebuked Republicans who opposed impeaching President Trump and suggested the 74 million Americans who voted for him need to be deprogrammed. Listen.
And the question is, how are we going to really almost deprogram these people who have signed up for the cult of Trump?
Wow. Now, there are those on the left who implied Trump was a Nazi, but maybe some of them need to look in the mirror. What if we started calling for re-education camps for those in the cult of liberalism? You know what would happen, right? Now, one of the new radical party leaders, of course, AOC, had some words of advice for the Biden administration immediately following the inauguration last week. She tweeted this: "Now we must begin creating justice, healing our planet, and improving the material conditions for all people." Justice? Always remember, friends, when liberal Democrats use that word, it is not justice they want. At least not in the dictionary definition of it. If you are creating justice, then you're talking about something else, something that doesn't exist yet. Now, a few weeks ago, AOC gave orders to abolish ICE, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Lest we forget, after last November's election, she implied that Trump supporters, which she called sycophants, should be held accountable for supporting him. AOC wants an archive of records to be gathered. This is dangerous. Just like their pleas for unity don't believe it. Their idea of justice is just as empty. They want submission. The bottom line is the new Democrat administration of Biden-Harris are not at all worried about finding common ground and uniting the country, healing the planet, right? When they have complete control of all the branches of government as well as every major institution in America. It is obvious no one is going to be unifying under Biden. His lie about uniting the country was a hollow campaign slogan that went down the toilet as quickly as the first Biden White House executive orders, including the killing of jobs in the Keystone XL pipeline and taxpayers covering transgender surgeries. Now, I agree with Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk on the importance of staying engaged as Christians while understanding the enemy at the same time. Talking recently out in California with Pastor Jack Hibbs, he said this.
Because their definition of unity is the absence of opposition. That's what they think of as unity.
Of course, as a church, we need to get back to the Bible. As a nation, we need to get back to the Constitution.
Amen, brother. So let's focus on reclaiming the church from culture, preparing for whatever is up ahead in this year, and of course, exposing liberal bias and hypocrisy. God bless you and keep speaking the truth about things that matter. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Most of you know our show is being censored by big tech.
While this makes it harder to meet the cost of producing the show, that's part of it. It also demonstrates that we must be having tremendous success, or they wouldn't bother to try to shut us down.
If you like hearing truth and common sense with a love for freedom, please join the Patriot Club with a one-time $99 tax-deductible donation. And you'll get this sweet vessel of joy as part of a thank you for joining the Patriot Club.
Etched with the American flag and the words freedom never tasted so good.
All you have to do is visit patriotclub.us and become a Patriot member today.
That's patriotclub.us. Thank you and God bless.